Guys, now we're gonna get to the free ones. But before that happens, I'm gonna go downstairs and paint something. Hello, hello, my very dear audio friends out there, hiding behind your web browsers. Hope you're doing fine. I'm great, though I'm quite different and crazy today. Anyway, my name is Paul, this is my Studio Warsaw Poland, this is my humble YouTube channel, and I'm just in the middle of a process of installing an air conditioner in this very room. It's gonna be there. I'm gonna dismantle the window, and I'm gonna make a special panel with special holes to install there my aircon, because it's impossible to work without it right now in Warsaw. It's too hot, actually. So today you're gonna see me simply running downstairs using some primer paint and regular exterior paint, interior paint, blah blah blah, whatever. But that's not the topic of today's vid. The topic is de-essers. Yeah, de-esser, something that's not too popular in testing and reviewing maybe, but you know what? I thought to myself, what if I made a clash, kind of a battle between paid de-essers and free de-essers, because it seems to me that a de-esser is such a simple tool to make and to use. Why to pay for one? So are really paid de-essers any better than free de-essers? And should we actually pay any money for something called a de-esser? Let's find out. Okay guys, so let's actually see, do we have to pay for any de-essers, or the free ones are more than enough? Here's our session for today. I just took a free commercially cleared a cappella from looperman.com. I really do recommend you looperman.com. It's a place to go, simply lots of great free stuff out there. So here's the a cappella, and all the bumps you can see here are actually Sibilance. I exposed them a little bit more using EQ, so yes, they are a problem right now and we have to fix that problem. And our fixers are Oxford DS, which costs regularly $220 US approximately. That's the most expensive one, and also that's the one I own and use sometimes. The next one is Sooth 2, which costs approximately $210. Well, it's way more than just a de-esser, but yes, it can de-ess things, and it's totally legit to use it that way. The next one is FabFilter Pro-DS, which is approximately $156 US, let's say. Then comes Slate E2Deesser EOSIS, which is 69 USD, regular price. Then Waves Sibilance, which costs 30. Okay, this is not the regular price, but Waves are never regular price, so come on guys. The next one is Tone Booster Sibilance, which is approximately 22 bucks, and this is where the paid list ends. And the first free one is Nuendo onboard stock de-esser that I'm also using, and somehow I like it, I would say. Then comes Spitfish, which is also free, and the last one is Lisp, which is also free. Let's listen to the file as it is.
And I gotta wake up, yeah, for your love, I gotta wake up, yeah. You're my drug and I'm so into you. I'm so into you. And I gotta wake up, yeah, for your love, I gotta wake up, yeah. You're my drug and I'm so into you. I'm so into you.
Yeah, Sibilance makes some issues here. It really needs to be fixed, so let's go for it. And also I believe that today's video can be kind of a tutorial for you how to use de-essing on vocals. Let's go. First one, Oxford, which is not only the most expensive, I would say it's also probably the most advanced one. It's got a good, reasonable starting point, but I'm gonna probably adjust it like this. This is of course the range when it's gonna work, and
I gotta wake up, yeah, for your love, I gotta wake up, yeah. You're my drug and I'm so into you. I'm so into you. And I gotta wake up, yeah, for your love, I gotta wake up, yeah. You're my drug and I'm so into you.
yeah, It's already better, I would say. I tweaked some attack and release. I didn't have to anything else actually to hear some cool results that my vocals are improving. Its detection algorithm is very good. I get really quick and fine results in minutes or even seconds here, I would say. And yes, I do love this de-esser, though it's $220, let's say approximately. Why did I buy it? Because I bought it for Universal Audio platform for my UAD DSP cards, and when I'm doing a large film project, I still have to save my CPU because I sometimes work with more than 100 dialogue tracks. And yes, I still need a lot of computing power, and offloading anything from my CPU to my DSP cards is still a huge advantage for me, so that's why I'm a heavy user of UAD DSP platform. Anyway, it's expensive, but it's also great, you have to admit. The next one is Soothe 2, it's here guys. And well, the starting point for this one is not like really de-essing, so probably what I would do is I would set it up like here, probably less selectivity and less sharpness would be needed.
And I gotta wake up, yeah.
Yeah, and also probably.
And I gotta wake up, yeah. For your love, I gotta wake up, yeah. You're my drug and I'm so into you. And I gotta wake up, yeah. For your love, I gotta wake up, yeah. You're my drug and I'm so into you.
Yeah, and that's it. It's also kind of a quick one, at least for me, but you know what, I'm used to it. I'm using it all the time for different purposes than de-essing. I'm not using it as a de-esser. Why? Because you could see this. It's gonna de-ess things, but it's also gonna touch some moments that don't need de-essing, and it's actually kind of hard to tweak it the way that it's gonna touch only sibilance. It's not the easiest process with Soothe. Anyway, it's a great tool for de-resonating, for sidechain mixing, and I'm using it all the time, though it's not my de-esser. Actually, the next one, I never bought it, actually, it's FabFilter Pro-DS 2, I installed a demo, it's a popular one, it's around 156 USD, looks like this, it's kind of a different approach to displaying de-essing, you'll see it in a minute.
And I gotta wake up, yeah. For your love, I gotta wake up, yeah. You're my drug and I'm so into you. I'm so into you. And I gotta wake up, yeah. For your love, I gotta wake up, yeah. You're my drug and I'm so into you.
Yeah, I would say it works like a typical FabFilter tool. So I've got threshold, range, it behaves a little like their Pro MB or even Pro C2. I can adjust my frequencies here. I can run it wideband or I can make it split band. It can be adjusted for vocals or a all-rounder. It's gonna work a bit deeper, I would say somehow. And guys, I like the results I'm getting from this one because I get a cool point of de-essing very quickly. It's super easy to use and it's super efficient for me. If I was to buy something, no matter the price, that probably would be my choice. I really like it because it's fast, it's simple, and it's very efficient. And I believe it's good when your de-esser is simple enough, simply so you can tweak it really in seconds. The next one, I also am demoing it. It's Slate E2Deesser. Looks kind of different and behaves like this.
And I gotta wake up, yeah. For your love, I gotta wake up, yeah. You're my drug and I'm so into you. And I gotta wake up, yeah. For your love, I gotta wake up, yeah. You're my drug and I'm so into you. I'm so into you. And I gotta wake up, yeah. For your love. And I gotta wake up, yeah. For your love, I gotta wake up, yeah. You're my drug and I'm so into you.
Yes, this one wasn't so easy for me and I was tweaking it quite longer because there was also F letter that also was too harsh and I wanted to handle it, and I had a problem setting it up the way that this was also treated the right way. The visual concept, the design of this de-esser, it's different, it's cool, but I don't find it fast and intuitive somehow. Probably that would not be my choice. I believe it's cool, it's just not for me maybe. Let's put it this way. Then comes wave Sibilance, which is the second cheaper thing. Let's tweak it more.
And I gotta wake up, yeah, for your love, I gotta wake up, yeah. You're my drug and I'm so into you. I'm so into you. And I gotta wake up, yeah, for your love, I gotta wake up, yeah. You're my drug and I'm so into you. I'm so into you.
Okay, so this one is a bit like FabFilter Pro-DS, the same concept. We've got just a waveform moving in time. Very simple controls. Range, threshold detection, which is the amount of time this de-esser works, and then I can split my spectrum into some separate bands, and then I can make it wide, my choice. Also getting cool results quickly. I'm not a fan of waves, as you know, but yes, it's a good one. It's cheap and it's efficient. It's simple. I like it. And the next one, I also own this. It's the cheapest here, 22 bucks, 19 euro is around 22 bucks, I think. Tone Booster Sibilance. And guys, why did I buy it? I already have Oxford. I also have my Nuendo onboard de-esser. You know what? Tone Boosters is great. They've got lots of cool stuff made by actually one man, and I wanted to support this guy. That's actually why I bought this de-esser. Anyway, let's take a look.
And I gotta wake up, yeah, for your love, I gotta wake up, yeah. You're my drug and I'm so into you.
Yeah, working a bit too deep. Also, spectral is like split band, sub band is like the wide band, and also gain is going to treat everything like a compressor. I'm gonna just use sub band.
And I gotta wake up, yeah, for your love, I gotta wake up, yeah. You're my drug and I'm so into you. I'm so into you. And I gotta wake up, yeah, for your love, I gotta wake up, yeah. You're my drug and I'm so into you. I'm so into you.
Yeah, very fast, very efficient. It's similar to waves and FabFilter, I would say, also waveform flowing in time. I've got also cool visual feedback on my spectrum at the very bottom. It's fine, it's 22 bucks. It's 10 times cheaper regular price than Oxford is. Should we compare them? Do they differ so much?
And I gotta wake up, yeah, for your love, I gotta wake up, yeah. You're my drug and I'm so into you. I'm so into you. And I gotta wake up, yeah, for your love, I gotta wake up, yeah. You're my drug and I'm so into you. I'm so into you.
I'll be frank with you. It's the same good. I can tweak it exactly the same way. I don't need tons of analog character or any advanced controls. I need a good detection algorithm, and I need to make this multi-band compressor, because this is what it actually is, work the way it is intended. And if not the fact that Oxford DS is meant for my DSP UAD platform, I would simply go Tone Boosters Sibilance, because that's totally enough. And that's actually the first part of the answer to the question I asked. Do we need to buy an expensive de-esser? Well, if you don't have a reason like I did, so DSP UAD because 800 of dialogue tracks, go for Tone Booster Sibilance, for Sibilance, for example. Or if you're a Waves fan, go for Sibilance by Waves. They are cheap and they're gonna take you there. Simple controls, efficient. You don't need tons of analog character and anything advanced. No, simple takes you there. Guys, now we're gonna get to the free ones. But before that happens, I'm gonna go downstairs and paint something. Alright, so we're back to our de-essers and to the answer to the main part of our questions, which is, do I have to pay for a de-esser at all? Or maybe a free one is all I'm gonna need. Now we're gonna find out. And the first one we're gonna test in this part is Nuendo onboard de-esser. It's the same one that's out there in Cubase. And technically it's free because it's included in my DAW. Well, I mean, I have to pay for it as a part of my DAW, but it's not a separate plugin, let's say. So it's like half paid, half free. Whatever, I don't know, it's just my stock one. I didn't have to buy it. And it works like this.
And I gotta wake up, yeah, for your love, I gotta wake up, yeah. You're my drug and I'm so into you. I'm so into you. And I gotta wake up, yeah, for your love, I gotta wake up, yeah. You're my drug and I'm so into you. I'm so into you.
Yes, and it works very similar to Oxford SuprEsser DS. I would say it's a simplified version of SuprEsser, and you know what? On everyday basis, when I work on smaller projects, this is actually my go-to, because I think that this is the best one. I can tweak it the most needed way. I have a feeling of full control. I have a feeling of efficiency. I spend seconds with it and I get the results. And I don't have to pay for it. But there are like free, totally free de-essers. And now we're gonna take a look at them. The first one I chose for you is Spitfish.
And I gotta wake up, yeah, for your love, I gotta wake up, yeah. You're my drug and I'm so into you. I'm so into you. And I gotta wake up, yeah, for your love, I gotta wake up, yeah. You're my drug and I'm so into you.
Yeah, so this one is really simplified. I've got sensitivity, which is threshold, sounds like regular threshold. Then I can tune it between 4K and 12K. It's kind of a wide band fixed, and I can move it like one block of bands, let's say, and then there's depth of reduction, and that's it. I can put it in stereo, I can bypass it. I've got something called soft, which is probably slower attack and release, and that's it. Also, I've got results quite quickly, though the visual feedback maybe, and the general easiness of usage is not like there fully, but it's free. And the last one for today is Lisp.
And I gotta wake up, yeah, for your love, I gotta wake up, yeah. You're my drug and I'm so into you. I'm so into you. And I gotta wake up, yeah, for your love, I gotta wake up, yeah. You're my drug and I'm so into you. I'm so into you.
Okay, so it's a bit like Spitfish, but I've got a little bit more control. I can tweak attack and release. I can adjust range of it totally. So maybe it works even like the Nuendo Deesser. The only difference would be that I don't have spectrum real-time feedback, but that's it. So I would say that I would choose Lisp, Oxford, and tone boosters as my final group to compare whether they really differ so much in results, and do I have to pay for them tons of money. Okay, I've got one problem with Lisp. I can't make it work deep enough. Well, this is a problem here. And definitely it's the deepest I could get, and that's not enough for me. So I'm gonna switch to Spitfish. But somehow I have a feeling that, well, a free one is a limited one anyway. Let's see how Spitfish handles this. Okay, a second of tweaking. Now we're gonna compare.
And I gotta wake up, yeah, for your love, I gotta wake up, yeah. You're my drug and I'm so into you. I'm so into you. And I gotta wake up, yeah, For your love, I gotta wake up, yeah. You're my drug and I'm so into you. I'm so into you. And I gotta wake up, yeah. For your love, I gotta wake up, yeah. You're my drug and I'm so into you. I'm so into you.
Right, guys, that's it. These are all my de-essers and results we got. As for this tutorial part, you could see that what I was doing is that I was setting the range of the de-esser, like to make it really work in the range it should work. And you should remember that for each human voice, mainly, but also for each mic and preamp, the Sibilance range is going to be different. Adjust your range so it works only in the range you're interested in, and also make it work only on Sibilance. Don't make it work like on everything, all the rest. Like, really make it selective. For some de-essers it's easier, for some, like Sooth 2, it's not that easy, but that's what you should do. And also you should think about splitting your Sibilance into ranges to use 2 or 3 de-essers even, because, for example, in Polish language we've got sh, sh, s, and our language is like, it's all the time. Yeah, it's a real Polish sentence in my language. Yes, it's true. And so maybe, you know what, that's why we are the masters of de-essing, maybe in Polish. Yes, somehow. So what I also do sometimes is I set up to 3 de-essers for sh, for sh, and for s, and I do it for each of the voices I'm working with. So yeah, if it's needed in your language with your preamp or your mic or your vocalist, do it this way too. And guys, that's it for today. We're gonna sum the things up. But before that happens, let me go downstairs and paint more. Yeah, my aircon is almost there. I just have to finish the corners and put the machine and of course clean the place up. And also my video is already edited actually, and it's time to sum the things up. And you know what? Well, making an aircon working, installing it, it's not for free, but you can make it cheap when you learn to do it yourself. And actually, as for the de-essers, yeah, there are some really expensive with great functionalities, great GUI, though the cheap ones are same good, I would say. And also, if you want to go for a free one, it also is going to take you there. So I'm gonna tell you that if you're tight on a budget or you're thinking about investing in something else, don't buy a de-esser actually. Take a look at your stock one in your DAW, take a look at Spitfish or Lisp. And it's good really to know, and it's somehow encouraging to know that there are 3 things that let you do amazing stuff. And this is the case of de-essers, which is cool also because we live in times of our economies being a little bit less stable, I would say. It's good to know where and how save money, especially when you have to make your air conditioning working. That's it for today, guys. Let me finish this and go home. Take care. See you soon.